It's been quite some time since the last Path of Titans update, but what's been going on? Has there been any updates recently as well? Well, they've kind of been, but let me tell you about them and what exactly has been going on in Path of Titans. Let's check it out. So, the PTB, also known as the Public Test Branch because that's what it stands for. Has there been anything going on this branch? Any updates on the Public Test Branch? No. That's the simple answer. The last update on the Public Test Branch came from Matt almost 2 months ago in July, asking people to help stress test a 200 player server to see if they can patch any server performance issues. In fact, that seems to be the only major thing that the developers have done on the Public Test Branch in the last 2 months at all, is testing 200 player servers, and then that got moved to the live branch, so there's been nothing on the Public Test Branch since. Which actually leads me to a little bit of a theory, which you've probably heard me say quite a bit in previous videos, but I think the next Path of Titans update is something that we cannot test. It can't be tested at all. We saw in the last 2 updates, the Night Stalker update and the July update, everything that was tested or in the update was on the Public Test Branch before. Now there is no signs of anything on the Public Test Branch, and usually you normally see them within the first 2 weeks of a new update going up. You start to see updates on the Public Test Branch. So far there hasn't been anything, which leads me to suspect 2 things: a new game mode or something, or a mechanic that we can't test. Perhaps it's replay mode, as we know that the developers are working on releasing that one, or a new playable, because we know new playables are not on the Public Test Branch at all. Additionally, they're not normally tested on the Public Test Branch at all, unless you go all the way back to Sauropods back in 2019-2020 phase of the game. Anyways, let's move to other areas and see what's been going on there in terms of the live branch and server updates. Server updates is where you see the majority of content coming to the game over the last month or 2. This is mainly to do with quality of life stuff for server owners and making things better for people running on community servers. So what has actually been going on here? So let me tell you a little bit about it, because they've been mainly fixing issues that have been cropping up lately. Firstly, several updates to fix server crash issues and client crashing issues when on community servers. They've improved the reporting of crashes for servers as well, and a few fixes mainly to do with mods on how they run on servers too. Other than that, there's just several quality of life updates for server owners recently, with the addition of the application of hotfixes while running servers, new webhooks to allow servers to know when servers are restarting, as well as webhook bugs for the admin command webhook, as well as updating certification of authenticity for server owners, and finally fixes to Nvidia Ansel causing bugs in the game. There's other stuff to do with Linux and Android stuff as well, but they're kind of tied into major game updates, which I'm going to talk about in a brief moment anyways. But yeah, that's mainly quality of life stuff for server owners. And if you're a server owner, I've got a question for you. Are you happy with these quality of life updates? Did they have any major changes to the performance of your server? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know what you think, because I'm a server owner as well, and I seem to still have the same issues as before. And of course, live updates. Since the last update, has there been many live updates coming to the game onto the live production branch? Technically there has been, and there still seems to be ones coming to the game, but it seems a lot of these are smaller updates, and in reference to the server updates that I mentioned above, but there are some other ones that are going into live updates that aren't to do with server owners. For example, updates to the Android SDK so the game supports the latest version of Google Play, or Linux client and server fixes to avoid issues where Linux users couldn't play multiplayer on Ubuntu 20.04 operating system updates. And they've also fixed UI locking issues when it came to placing home cave decorations, which is actually a bug I've noticed in the past. You tend to not be able to get off the placing, or you lose your items as well, which I'm glad is fixed. And that, if I'm honest, is everything that's major from the last month. One of the biggest developments is that the server testing for 200 player servers and to combat tick rate issues has stopped. But the tick rate issues are still very, very prevalent on a bunch of community servers on the game. Are the developers working to fix that? We're not too sure. Or could it be tied into the next update and they're waiting to package that one off? That being said, the game's been very, very quiet, and I'm circling back to my theory here because there hasn't been anything much going on at all, which means the next update in my eyes could be a big update as the developers shift their focus to it. It's an update that we won't be able to test, but I bet is quietly being tested right now by QA and the developers of the game as they develop the update as well. This update won't make it onto the PTB or the public test branch at all, I don't think, but I do think that we may see signs of it brewing soon. Maybe we'll get an update teaser trailer like we got with the Night Stalker update. And maybe this update will bring a whole host of content to the game, like dinosaurs, new mechanics, new modes, or maybe the developers are trying to catch up to what they set themselves to beat this year in their previous devlog, which I talked about in a video. There's actually still a lot of content to come, and maybe all of that will be coming in one massive update. What do you guys think? When and what will be the next update of Path of Titans? When will it be? What will it include? Let me know in the comments. And there we have it. That's everything pretty much. Not much has been going on with this game lately, and it's very concerning, but also makes me a little bit optimistic that we could be seeing something coming within the next month. Hopefully it's not next week because I'm away. However, knowing my luck, it will happen when I'm away. So, quick little prediction. There'll probably be a new update next week because Velocci has disappeared and he won't be on his computer. Oh, what a shame. I know. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below as always. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day. Peace.